Hello, welcome to Teaching Education Teaching Channel. My name is Louise Potter, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about classroom management, which is an issue I'm sure you all know very well about, and I'm sure you have studied. But I still think it's an aspect that we have to talk over and over again. So first of all, before we get to the actual point of classroom management, I'd like to ask you something. What is your passion in life? What do you really love doing? Hopefully one of your answers will be teaching, because if we enter a classroom with 30 students staring at us and we do not have passion for what we do, we're not going to be successful. Passion is what drives us in our life. And I think in order to teach, we have to be very passionate about it. So that's the first aspect I like to talk about. It's like being passionate about what you do. And the second one is like having your objectives very clear, having clear goals. Again, if in life you don't have clear goals, we're not going to get anywhere either. And the same thing works like in a classroom. If you enter a classroom with no clear goals, you're not going to accomplish anything, and your students are not going to learn. So those are the first two aspects that I believe that you really need to have before you enter any classroom. So passion and clear goals. And then the third point is classroom management. I believe that classroom management is even more important than the curricula itself, than the content you're teaching. Because without good classroom management, you can hinder any brilliant student learning. And the same goes as for, let's say, students with learning disabilities. If you have very good classroom management, you can overcome those difficulties that they have. So obviously when you enter a classroom, I'm sure you follow many steps. You have your classroom planning ready. And that's a very big misconception that teachers have. They believe that classroom management and classroom planning is the same thing. And actually they're not. Classroom planning happens before your classroom. You plan the steps, you plan the content that's going to be covered, you follow the syllabus, which is in the course book or whatever syllabus that you have. And the classroom management are actually strategies that you have to manage your classroom. So how are you going to group your students? How are you going to make them more autonomous? How are you going to make them motivated and engaged and on task the whole time during the classroom? So that methods and strategies that you use to actually manage the classroom. And without those, you will not accomplish a good planning. So those two aspects are very important to understand. What is classroom planning and what is classroom management? One thing we have to be very sure about is that when you're in a classroom, it's about your student success. It's not about your success. And I think we tend to be very teacher-centered. We still haven't been able to let go of that, the pleasure of being in the center. So it's something that we as teachers have to learn to become more student-centered. So classroom management basically is one of the aspects that I believe teachers struggle the most. And it is one of the main reasons for teacher burnout. So if you're interested to learn a little bit more about classroom management, check out our online course at www.teaching.com. And I hope you enjoy it. See you. Bye.